You're not ready. The survival gear every prepper overlooks. Fix this now. Think your survival kit is complete? Well, think again. There's essential gear you're almost certainly overlooking. Items that even seasoned preppers forget until it's too late. We're going beyond the basics today, cutting through the noise to reveal the hidden gems and critical tools that could make the difference between just surviving and actually thriving when the world flips upside down. Stick around and test your own preparedness, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly where your gear stands. And hey, if you're serious about sharpening your edge in survival and disaster readiness, hit that subscribe button. Because on Prepper's Survival Blueprint, we don't just talk survival, we live it. The hidden essentials you probably missed. Let's be honest, most go bags out there are just over-glorified camping kits. Sure, you've got a knife, a flashlight, maybe even some paracord, but survival isn't about having stuff. It's about having the right stuff. There's a massive difference between what looks complete and what's truly capable of keeping you alive when the system collapses. Here's the hard truth. Many preppers focus so heavily on tools that they forget about the psychological and physiological blind spots. The body and mind are your first weapons. Without the means to calm panic, purify water fast, signal for rescue, or stay oriented when tech fails, that perfect kit becomes dead weight. The signal mirror that outsmarts technology. It sounds simple, even old-fashioned, but a high-quality signal mirror is one of the most underrated survival tools on Earth. Unlike your phone, it never loses power, never drops a signal, and can attract rescuers from miles away in daylight. The moment you realize your phone's battery is dead, and the horizon looks endless, that small piece of glass becomes your lifeline. A good signal mirror isn't vanity. It's visibility when invisibility can kill. Everyone brags about their fancy filters, but water purification tabs quietly outperform them in many real scenarios. Filters can clog, break, or even freeze. Tabs? Well, they're lightweight, fast, and honestly chemically brutal on bacteria, viruses, and parasites. When you need to make questionable water drinkable right now, tabs are your backup system. And, let's face it, backups save lives. True preppers always stack their methods filter, boil, and tab. Miss one, and you're rolling dice with dehydration. Here's a reality check. GPS is incredible until it isn't. When satellites fail, batteries die, or signals jam, you'll wish you had mastered analog navigation. A durable, waterproof map paired with a solid compass is more than just old school. It's timeless. You can't hack it, you can't lose service, and it never lies. Preppers who can read terrain and landmarks hold power that no digital device can replicate. If you haven't practiced dead reckoning or map triangulation lately, now's the time. Ferro rods get all the fame, but magnesium fire starters are the unsung heroes. They burn hotter and longer, giving you a solid flame even in wind or damp conditions. In survival, fire isn't just warmth, it's morale, sterilization, protection, and signal. Magnesium shavings can turn a stubborn spark into a roaring blaze when everything else is soaked. And the sound of that crackling fire? That's life itself, reminding you that you're still in control. Let's get serious. In trauma, seconds matter. A bandana or belt won't cut it. A real medical-grade tourniquet is the difference between a field recovery and a fatal mistake. It's not cool gear, it's life-saving gear. Most survival kits skip it entirely, but, if you ask any combat medic, bleeding out is preventable if you have the right tool. Whether you're cutting wood, climbing, or navigating debris, always carry one and make sure you know how to use it. That small piece of nylon and Velcro could honestly be the most powerful item in your bag. Tactical zip ties and gorilla tape. These are two humble tools with really limitless applications. Fix broken gear, build shelters, improvise restraints, secure wounds, patch leaks. The list just goes on and on. Out in the wild, adaptability is everything. And, few items adapt better than these. You can even combine them for makeshift repairs that'll hold through storms. Think of them as your emergency engineer kit, compact enough to vanish in your pack, but mighty enough to rebuild your environment. People plan for storms, floods, even nuclear fallout. But honestly, they forget about the invisible threats. Airborne hazards, toxins, smoke, pathogens. These are the silent killers you really need to watch out for. An N95 mask might look like overkill until you're walking through dust, ash, or airborne debris. It's not about paranoia, it's about probability. History proves that when disasters hit, air quality drops fast. A couple of quality masks can mean the difference between breathing easy and fighting for every inhale. Work gloves are criminally underrated. They're not fashion, they're armour for your hands. Debris clearing, building shelter, handling hot cookware, or hauling firewood, all of it becomes dangerous without protection. In a real survival scenario, one deep cut or burn can turn deadly from infection. Durable gloves don't just prevent injuries, they preserve your ability to do everything else. And in the field, your hands are your primary tools. Lose them, and you lose your edge. When communication networks go dark, information becomes gold. A compact, battery-powered radio or scanner turns you from a bystander into a strategist. You'll get weather alerts, evacuation orders, and local transmissions that could dictate your next move. While everyone else stumbles in silence, you'll be plugged into the frequency of survival. The smartest preppers don't just prepare gear, they prepare intelligence. You can buy every gadget on this list, but without the right mindset, it's all just metal and plastic. Preparedness isn't a shopping list, it's a lifestyle. Train, test, and adjust. Know your tools like you know your instincts. Real readiness means being calm when chaos erupts, decisive when others freeze, and confident when everything familiar fades. Gear amplifies skill, but mindset defines survival. Now's the time to dig into your pack and ask yourself, what's missing? Which of these overlooked essentials are you ready to add today? Because every one of them fills a critical gap. And in survival, gaps cost lives. Go through your gear, refine your setup, and make it bulletproof. If this breakdown sparked a few realizations, share what you've been missing in the comments. We're building a community of thinkers, doers, and survivors. And remember, this is just the start. Hit subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into advanced field strategies and real-world survival drills. Stay sharp, stay ready, and never stop improving your blueprint for survival. Because out there, when the noise stops and the wild takes over, only the prepared truly endure.